Yeah, know what it is all day, boy. D47 AM PM for real. Revisiting as much rugby league information as possible. Right now, the third in a three-part series. We've got Les John's points for Canterbury, the years 1967 up to 1971. And as per always, so you're not missing anything crucial, watching this video all the way through to the end. So you get all the essential rugby league information. So, I've said already, just to revise a little bit more, I've said already, in 1964, Canterbury got the wooden spoon because they won only one game, had one draw, and lost the other 16 of their 18 games in 1964 to finish dead last. Despite that, the champion fullback Les Johns was brilliant in both attack and defence. His form did not waver one iota, one tiny notch. His form was top-notch despite how poorly the rest of the team was playing. And it was the same situation in 1963, 1965 and 1966, where in those years Canterbury avoided the spoon, but they finished second or third last in those years. So massive props and respect to a player who can play so brilliantly when the rest of the team's performing so poorly. And applause for Les Johns, not forgetting the fact that he literally walked into the New South Wales and Australian representative teams, despite the fact his team was stuck down the bottom. So absolutely incredible. So all we need to do now is, because we covered his New South Wales and Australian points and the points over the early part of his career at Canterbury already. So what we need to do now is just finish it off and cover his points from the years 1967 up to 1971, second half of his career at Canterbury. And in 1967, after many, many lean years, finally Canterbury got it together and rose to finish runners-up in 1967. The 1967 Grand Final, it's a classic one. Canterbury actually lost to South 12-10, and it was South Sydney's legendary player Bob McCarthy who took a length of the field intercept try, which is the famous moment in that grand final, and that eventually helped South to the narrow win, 12 points to 10, obviously. But Canterbury pushing the heavyweight team South all the way, only losing by 2 points, 12-10, and obviously in 1968, 1969, 1970, 1971. Canterbury didn't make any more grand finals, but they were much, much better than they were in the earlier part of Les John's career. So definitely a just reward for Les Johns for hanging in there when times were tough and playing brilliantly for Canterbury when they were struggling. Eventually he got to enjoy the fruits of being in a much more successful team in the second half of his career. So all we need to do now is go through exactly how many points he got in those last five years of his career. Oh, very, very exciting. I know I lose my breath because this is very, very exciting, doing all these stats all day for real on the grind. You know what I mean? Like lock myself in here all day, get as many videos popped off as possible. So in 1967, he ended up getting 2 tries and 2 field goals for a total of 10 points. And just to explain, at the time, tries used to be 3 points, so the 2 3-point tries made it 6, and then the 2 2-point field goals was enough for 4 points, which makes 10. Field goals didn't become 1 point like they are now until 1971. Before 1971, all field goals used to be 2 points, not just 40-metre field goals being 2 points like today. It was, in fact, all field goals that actually used to be 2 points before 1971. So in 1967, Les Johns getting 2 tries, 2 3-point tries and 2 2-point field goals to get 10 points for Canterbury in 1967. So nowhere near as many points as his other seasons, but what we need to remember there is the fact that when he was getting more points when they were struggling, like he was having to do everything and therefore getting points because he was having to do everything, second half of his career, he obviously had his teammates pitching in and contributing as well, which meant that he had a lot of sort of workload, so he didn't actually need to get as many points. But he still could. He still could get points for him when needed, but yeah, wasn't having to do all the work, thankfully. And then in 1968, he got 10 normal goals, which is 20 points, and 5 2-point field goals. No tries, but 10 goals and 5 2-point field goals for a total of 30 points. And in 1969, he did, like I said, he could still rack up the points if he needed to. In 1969, he ended up with 2 tries, 85 goals, not 85 goals, 2 tries, 55 goals and 11 field goals for a total of 138 points. So he had a big one there. 2 tries, 55 goals and 11 2-point field goals, 138 points. In 1970, okay, so he did have one bad year. In 1970, a measly 1 try. 3 points in 1970. So not his best year there, but look, he'd already proven his worth over the course of his career. And then in 1971, in his swan song year, 1 try for in 1971, his swan song year, calm down, 1 try, 33 goals, and 1 field goal, which is a total of 70 points? Yes, 71 points. 1 3-point try is 3 points, 33 goals makes another 66 points, makes 69, and the 1 point field goal, because it's 1971, 1 point field goal makes it 70 points altogether. 1971, Les Johns, 1 try, 33 goals and 1 field goal, which makes 70 points altogether, with the fact that field goals have dropped from 2 points down to 1. So that was a very, very challenging one, very, very tricky, and I know it took my time to do it, but I was always going to get to it eventually. Don't want to leave the fans waiting too long, but I was going to get there eventually. And thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. And like I said, up next, we're going to get back into the usual rhythm, usual momentum, and we're going to do the 1966 Wooden Spoon, which went to Eastern Suburbs, where they lost every single game in 1966. Believe it or not, they lost every game in 1966. And even though that was 58 years ago, no other team has ever lost every game. So there you go. Your boy all day for real, D47, thank you. Toodaloo.